Hello, Sumates. You're welcome back to my channel, and I'm so happy to have you back once again. So, in today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you simple way, like very simple method to make this crisscross top, and it is very easy to the extent that you can achieve this in just few minutes. Okay, so my name is Merci, and this is Merci Posh Stitches. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, you're highly welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning back. And this tutorial is very simple and beginners friendly. So on this channel, I drop sewing tutorials, DIY, I drop pattern drafting, and everything fashion, new trend, new style. That is what I drop here. I show you how to how to draft them, how to cut them, and how to stitch them down neatly. Okay, so if you are interested in this tutorial, I urge you to stay tuned to the end of the tutorial to see how these beautiful tops are made. Okay, so let's go. To start, I have my organza, yes, organza fabric. So that is what I'm going to be using to make this, and I have 3 yards of this fabric. Okay, so that is what I'm going to use. So to start, I am going to first of all get my fabric folded into two. So after getting my fold, it will be time for us to start drafting. Okay, so I proceeded to fold my fabric into two here, as you can see, and we are going to draft the back part first. So what I'm going to do now is to first of all measure the length I am working with. So you can make this as long as you want, and you can make it as short as you want. Okay, it all depends on how long or how short you want it to be. So I mark my length, and the next thing I'm going to mark is my waistline. That is from my shoulder to my waist. Then I also mark my shoulder to my hip. So I proceeded to label them as shoulder, waist, and hip. Then the last line is my length. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to add some allowance that I'm going to be using for hemming. Okay, so I'm creating my hemming allowance, and the next thing I'm going to do is to measure my shoulder divided by 2. So this is a cut together dress, which means that we are going to cut the shoulder and the sleeve together. So I measured my shoulder divided by 2, mark on it, and also measured my sleeve divided by 2, as in my sleeve length, sorry. So I measured my sleeve length, and I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Okay, then the neck width I'm working with is 3 inches. So I'm going to grab my straight ruler, and I'm going to connect the 1 inch shoulder slope to my neck width. Okay, so having done that, the next thing I'm going to do is to measure the wideness of my sleeve. So you can make this sleeve as wide as you want. So mine is 20 inches. So when I divide by 2, I have 10 inches, and I added extra 1 inch for um ease allowance. Okay, so now I am going to be using my hip circumference, which is the biggest part of my body, to get my circumferences, that is the marking. So I measured my hip circumference divided by 4 and mark it here, and then I added extra 3 inches. So here again on the hip line, I made the same thing. I measured my hip circumference divided by 4 and added my extra inches to it, which is 3 inches. So on this hip line, I decided to increase the inches to 4 inches, and this is depending, as it depends on individual choice. If you want, you can leave it at that 3 inches, but I wanted it to be very free, and that is why I added extra 1 inch. So on the back part, I'm measuring my back neck depth of 2 inches, and I proceeded to connect it as you are seeing right now. Okay, so I went on to connect the back neck depth. Like I mentioned, we are cutting the back part first, after which you transfer to get the front part. So the next thing I'm going to do is to pick up my scissors, and I'll cut out. So after cutting out, it will be time to get another fold for the front part. Okay, like I said at the beginning of this tutorial, this is very simple, As long as you understand the techniques and the way to achieve that, you'll find out that it is very simple and easy to make. So the back part is cut out, and the next thing I'm going to do is to get my fold for the front. Now I wanted people to see everything clearly the way it is, and my table won't be enough, so I decided to go down to the floor so that we can be able to see it very well. Okay, so I folded this fabric into two, then I'm going to be placing the back part on it. Now I want you to pay attention to the way I'm placing the back part. If you look towards the side that is close to this side, you will find out that the side part of the back is what is here. That is the side where you have the sleeve. Then the folded part, which is the center front, is facing the other part where we have the longer fabric, as you can see here. Okay, so that is how you're going to place your fabric. Okay, you can see this side here is the seam side. Then I am going to pin all around. I'm going to pin to ensure that the fabrics are in place, and after pinning I'm going to show you the next thing to do. Okay, so the like what I said earlier, is not hard. You just need to pay attention. You see that you can recreate this for yourself. Very simple, very simple. So here now is the neckline. So I'm going to measure from there to get the neckline for the front. So I'm using 8 inches for the neckline for my front. Okay, so that is what I did there. So I'm going to remove the pins around there, then remove the back part like this. Okay, so I am going to mark on the exact neck depth, okay, which is here. Okay, so that is what I did, and I'm going to pull up, then connect. Now I'm going to return it to mark the part where the center back is. Then I'm going to connect in a V shape, and this one I'm connecting now is the front neck. Okay, so the front neck depth is like is V. You are going to make it as V like this, and that is it. So the next thing I did is to return the back part. Now from the beginning here, I'm going to measure down 14 inches. Now if you have ever made a wrap top, you are not going to find this difficult at all. Just the way you make your round wrap top. So that 14 inches, I'm going to make measuring it and be marking it. Okay, so the length of this top is about 33 inches. So I mark 34 so that I can use 1 inch to full hem it. Now the space that I mark at this front, now that space that makes the front part longer than the back part, is about 30 inches. Now you're not going to make it too long, because if it becomes too long, it's going to have excess at the center front. You're going to notice that it's going to have excess, and you don't want that. So what I did before drafting this, I measured from my center back, that bone on my center back, on the neck side of my center back. I measured it all the way to the side, as if I am making it a crisscross, and that is what I. So after marking the 14 inches, I went down again by 2 inches, and I connected it to the neckline, neck depth, and this is what we have. So the secret is that the more you go down, like this 14 inches now, if you decide to make it 16 inches or 18 inches below, then it means that your the collar, that thing that looks like collar or cape, is not going to be full. Okay, so you see I marked 14 inches, then after which I measured 2 inches and connected it to the neckline before I started cutting. So that is what makes the cape or the collar to be very full. So I proceeded to cut it, and this is what we have. So I went to my machine to join the shoulder lines. So I joined the two shoulders, the front and the back shoulder. Then I also hem my sleeve. The next thing is to join the side. So these are the things you're going to do. You join the shoulder, hem your sleeve, then you join the sides. All right, so after that, you're going to notch the center of the back neckline. Like I said, it's not hard. If you follow this way, you are going to get it perfectly so well. So now after notching the center back, you're going to pick one side of the crisscross and cross it to the other side. Now if you pick the right side, you're going to make sure you cross it to the shoulder of the left side. Do you understand? So that is what you're going to do. You see I am picking the one that is on the left now, and I'm crossing it to the shoulder of the one that is back, right, sorry. Then the one on the right, I also cross it to the shoulder of the one on the left. That is why it is called crisscross. You're just going to pick one, take it to the other opposite direction and do the same thing to the second part. Then after that, while it is crossed, you are going to pick the next one on the other side and place it on the other one, right side facing right side. So I'm trying to explain it now. Another way is that you can pick it like this and bring it together like this and join this part now. Okay, but that is not the method I'm using. So I'm going to be focusing on the method I'm using so that you find it very easy. Okay, so I place this one like this and I'm going to bring this one on top of it to make it right side facing right side, and I'm going to join here straight. Okay, so I went on to join, and this is the line where I join, as you can see. Now after joining, you are going to bring the joined part together as if you folded into two. You understand? And ensure that make sure this part is looking like this. Okay, make sure it's looking like this. The way this one is looking, make sure it's looking like that. So that part where you brought the joined part together, where you have the joined part together, you are going to make sure that they match on the neckline of the center back. That is where you notched. That center back where you notch, you're going to pick it like this and match them up. So as you're matching it up, make sure it's staying right side facing right side, and you're going to have something as if it's collar. So I'm going to explain it again. When you fold this line where you join together, they are going to pick it like this and put your hand under and ensure that they are going to match up the back part where you notch the center of the neck, the back neck. And after that, you're going to start joining to the part where we have our V neckline of the front, through the shoulder to the other side, from the center back through the center front. So that is what you're going to do. So I'm going to grab my pin and I'm just going to pin it down exactly the way we're going to be joining it. Okay, so I'm going to be securing with my pins, and after securing with my pins, I'm going to take it to my machine and I join it. Now know that immediately you fold those crisscross part into two, you will find out that it is into two. Then when you join with the center front, you find out that you have like three straight lines that you're joining, and it is the straight line that I'm pinning this way. Okay, so like I said, if you look at the cape very well, the crisscross cape, you find out that my own is full, and that is how I want it. Okay, so I am going to keep pinning until as you go down, at some point you'll notice there's a point you can no longer as in access the three fabrics together. Okay, the three lines together, and you don't need to try to force it. Okay, so I just pin it and you see something standing like collar. That means you're getting it right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead to start pinning the other side, so you can see how it's looking. I'm going to pick these two, which is the crisscross I folded and joined, and I'm going to pick the center front and I'm going to join with my pin. I'll pin down, then I'm just going to take it to my machine and I'm going to join it. Then after sewing it, I'll bring it back for you to see. Like I said, you will get to a stage where you can no longer sew. You see it and you just stop there. So I went on to sew, and that is what I did. So you can see all the sewing line. You can see I kept sewing, I kept sewing till I got to that point where I can no longer sew, and I stopped. And you can see it stay as if it's collar. Okay, as if it's collar, or yes, cape. So that is what I did to both sides. I'm going to, you fold it like this, exactly like your collar, then you fold like this. Okay, you fold like this and you just arrange it. You can see, then you do the same thing on this part. You fold, then you arrange it, so you can see the way it came out perfectly. It's not hard, it's very easy, and it's a very luxurious style. If you pair it with a pant trouser or a dress, you can see how beautiful it is, like the one on the thumbnail. So you can see the color. You're going to iron it properly for it to lie flat and stay in place. So you can see what we have. It has formed beautifully. So what I'm going to do is to go on and sew this side, hem it all to the hem, and I'll bring it back for us to see what we have. So then the part where we join on the side, I'm going to overlock neatly. You're just going to weave it neatly, and you're going to see how beautiful this simple crisscross top is. So I proceeded to join, and this is what I have. Hemmed it down, and this is what I have. And you can see how beautiful it is. You can see the color. I proceeded to iron it beautifully, and everything came out so well, so perfect. We created this in just few minutes. So if you follow this way, you're going to achieve a perfect result just as I did. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you some other time when I drop another beautiful tutorial like this. You don't want to miss out on it, so stay tuned, stay engaged. Bye.